call.
You're good to go.
But the cell phone signals in some spots in Connecticut are a little, shaky. All right. Health-wise, Alex, he's going to play, but did not practice. Obviously Liam is still not practicing. He's progressing onto the court, with some things, but he's not going to be there for tomorrow. So, but I think he's making progress.
We're going to do a rare live question to start off.
Hey, Dan, this is
rare
Wayne.
what?
Dan, you've been begging for your guards to rebound better, and you had career highs in rebounding for Solo and for Haas. Was that just what Butler showed you, or is that something you see a progress in that department that's going to help you going forward?
Yeah, Wayne. I mean, we need it, and I think it's a necessity for some of the limitations with relative to like Sampson and Tarras, as rebounders, maybe not having the in the physicality with Sampson and maybe the urgency of Tarras. We need the guards to get in there, and to rebound both backboards. I think what's made us special and a lot of the frustration with the season not being as good as we've been, has a lot to do with the defensive end of the court, and the rebounding. There are huge reasons why we haven't been as good as we've been, and why it's been just frustrating. Frustrating.
And then a follow-up, you had a season-high 50 points in the paint in that overtime win against Butler. Was that a game plan, or is that something you're looking to take advantage of more now when the three-point shooting hasn't been as good?
Yeah, well, you know what? It's, with Wayne, we had seen now a couple of games in a row, or at least, we had played against the drop coverage, 2 times in a row, with Kalkbrenner and Screen in particular. Obviously Creighton is, just seeing the drop coverage again, just had us more comfortable playing against it. And I thought we got, deeper. We didn't settle as much like we did against Creighton. We got to, deeper places for better twos. So I just think seeing the drop a couple times was helpful.
Thank you.
Go get on the plane, Wayne. Dave and then Joe start us off.
Dan, obviously last time out, Xavier gave you guys all you could handle, and they seem to be playing better now. And obviously Fremantle is back. They had won 3 in a row. They almost popped St. John's the other night. What are you seeing from them? And does it feel like you're really walking into every Big East road game is tough, but does it feel like you're really walking into maybe an angry team tomorrow night?
Yeah, I mean, Xavier, number one, it's great to see Fremantle out there. The guy is what a warrior, man. There was, relative to what some of the rumors were with the injury potentially, the fact that this guy is on the court and, starting to return to form, points to that St. John's game. As physical and as brutal as that game was at times, he looks like he's rounding into form. They've got, just with what they bring to the table with McKnight, Conwell, obviously Maddox lit us up. Foster, we'll see what Swain's status is with the ankle. But with Fremantle and they look like, obviously they're healthy. They're playing with, an incredibly high level of desperation right now. And yeah, it does feel like we're in for a really challenging game. A game tomorrow night that is going to be, if you're soft, if you're if you're with the UConn travel party on this trip, whether you're the donors on the plane or the players and the coaching staff, like if you can't get into your battle stations and get to savage warrior mode, it's going to be a long night, and I don't think I'm going to let them on the bus.
Thanks.
Got it.
Dan, obviously they made a lot of shots when you played them the last time. Just how much more difficult does 3-point defense get when they have Fremantle, able to play?
Yeah, I mean he's at times. We've obviously had a difficult time, single coverage with him, and that's with some pretty great teams. I mean that's how good of an offensive player the guy is. Roller, as a 3-point shooter, as a post-up player, as a driver. I mean, as an offensive rebounder, as a rim runner. I mean, it's like he hurts you in every way. So, yeah, I mean, we've got issues defensively. We've and we got to be able to guard the ball much. Guys, we want to see growth from the sophomores defensively. It feels like they're showing their, but we really need Jalen Stewart and Solo Ball to start really developing as two-way guys right now. They've had enough experience, and in particular, I think with those guys, it could really help our defense if we could, get those guys solid at that end. Not that they're the only issues, but they're we need these guys to grow up.
All right, thank you.
Got it, buddy.
I'm gonna get some war paint, but then Dom, then Roger.
Coach, what have you seen in terms of growth in Solo's game, and do you see more coming this year? I mean, is that what you're talking about, the defense? I mean, can he fix that soon?
Yeah, Roger, can you hear me?
Now I can, yeah. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me now?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, so Roger, I think, with Solo, it's like, he desperately, I think it's a weird thing with him right now. It's like, the defensive end, it's kind of gotten into his brain a little bit. It's gotten into his mind a little bit. It's bothering him a lot. Just how he's performing at that end of the court. It shows his mental toughness that he's shooting the ball and scoring the ball at an amazing clip as a sophomore, even ahead of the great Hawk at this stage of his sophomore year. Both the volume and the efficiency is amazing, and he's a UConn guy. I mean, he desperately wants us to be where we've been as a program and as a team. Getting his defense, to where it's solid, I think would go a long way for us. And there's no one that's more, bothered by it than Solo, or maybe me and Solo and maybe Luke. but but there's not a situation with him where it's like, I'm a bucket. I'm one of the best shooters in the country. Get someone else to play defense. Like the guy he's a UConn guy. He's a real one for us. It's just sometimes it's weird. Where he's athletic, he's strong. I just think it's right now he's gets frozen at times because he's a little self-conscious about it.
And then in terms of Sampson, you obviously see the effort that he gives all the time. He is, I think, what you would call one of your warriors. But are there limitations to his offensive game, or have they just not found the flow yet? Obviously, he had a good game last time out, but can he consistently score for you guys?
Yeah. I mean, we're obviously coming off a game where both the centers were pretty productive. I think what's hurt Sampson's production, and even Taras up until the Butler game was the trickle down effect of Liam being out has put more pressure on other people. Other people are not in the roles that they're more comfortable in. They're being asked to do more, maybe more than they should have to be asked, relative to their capabilities and over usage in some instances. But and I think it's had an effect on Sampson in the ball screen game. It's hurt his production, and I do think that we're working on trying to get the ball to both of those guys, in different spots. Getting the continued production from the center spot has been a huge part of our success, and some of it will be rectified, when Liam's back healthy. But then we're also working on some things.
Thank you.
You got it. What? Hello?
Yes, Dan. So this is Tom. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Tom.
Hey, can you handicap the NBA slam dunk contest for us? Who you got now?
What, Dom? I didn't get. You broke up a little bit.
Coach, the question's about the dunk contest.
Yeah. I got to go with Andre easily, or not easily. It's hard to pick between the two champions. But I Steph. I mean, Steph is like really athletic and strong. I don't know that I ever looked at Steph and said like, high flying dunk contest guy. Although he's been all over the rims this year, he's been hanging all over the rims in the NBA. But I mean, I got Andre. I got to think Andre. My suggestion, I tried to push to Luke to maybe advance that to Andre. This guy should be trying to take off from the foul line or something. So I would have to, as much as it pains me to go against another champion, but I would put my money on Andre because he got his chin above the rim. I mean, he's got to be able to figure something out.
Thanks, Tom. You don't have to hop back on. Go Ice Bus. Well, we got time for a couple more quick ones. We'll go Mark and then Jaden to close.
Hey, Coach. I've had quite a few people want me to remind you that UConn fans are in your corner with all the craziness that's been going on, and the questions they want to answer are: do you feel that support, especially when others kind of try to tear you down or the program?
Well, I always feel incredible support, from the students and the fans, and always, like, whether you're just going about your daily life or you're entering the arena or leaving the arena, win or lose, I think that they appreciate, just having, a coach that's just, that's just all in and is, puts his heart and soul into doing the best job he can for them and trying to produce, results for them that they can be proud of as fans and people that love their Huskies. I don't, listen, it's when you have the type of, success that we've had here, you're scrutinized and you're put under a microscope in a much different way. I've been coaching this way for my whole career. There are times that the passion and the emotion and the all-in nature of how I go about things, boils over to a point where, I regret, something I said or some, an outburst of some, something caught on TV. I have those moments, but, I'm not gonna change, the passion and, the effort and the urgency that I put into every possession of every game, that I coach and every rep of every practice that I coach all year round. It's who I am, for better or worse. No one's perfect, but that's why, maybe that's why Dave Benedict was so smart and grabbing me out of Rhode Island, where I think he saw that, my personality, the way I go about my business is the perfect fit for this place.
Thanks, Coach.
Gotcha.
Is he still there? You want to wrap us up? There you go.
Yeah, I'm still here. Dan, you talked about Jalen and Solo needing to step up, especially on the defensive end. You've gotten a little more progress from Aiden on that end, too. It looks like he's getting better at making good reads defensively, even if the whole package isn't there yet. How much more do you need him to improve from his end, as well as that first or second spark off the bench?
Yeah, I mean, we need it, and we need the consistency, Jade. We need it desperately. And, just for that type of, scoring punch that he could bring, and the ability to, go on a spurt and hit a three and get to the rim and hit a floater and 7 quick points off the bench. It flips a game, and it's something that, our success the last couple of years has been, again, there's a lot of ingredients to it, but, having a great deep bench. And it's one of the issues right now. I think it's starting to affect Hassan. It's starting to affect Hassan Diarra's play. I think he's obviously, he's playing too many minutes. His usage rate is way too high. I think it's starting to wear on him physically and I think mentally during the game. So, being able to get, being able to develop, confidence in Aiden, confidence in Ahmad Noel, those guys, when they go in the game, playing well enough that it warrants keeping them in the game, is critical for us, at this point. I mean, we've got to have more, guard play right now. We need, I don't want to say more better, because I'm not sure if that's but we need more contributions at guard and get more out of Aiden, get more out of Ahmad, and when these guys go in the game, they've got to play in a manner that either wants to extend their minutes in the first half or want me to play them more and play them again in the second half. There's opportunity for these guys, because Hassan can't keep going on like the minutes. It's starting to wear on him.
Thanks, Jay. Thanks, Coach. We'll see you on the plane.
All right, guys. See ya. Appreciate everybody.